Hey, what's going on, everybody? I saw the movie Dredd 3D tonight. Dredd 3D is a remake, reboot, whatever, what have you, of the old 1995 Sylvester Stallone action flick Judge Dredd that's based on the comic book Judge Dredd. And I'm not really familiar with the comic book. I've seen it, never really looked at it, but I was a big fan of the Super Nintendo game based on the old movie starring Sylvester Stallone. Now, Dredd 3D is absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing, like the Sylvester Stallone movie. Dredd in glorious 3D stars Karl Urban, Olivia Thirlby, and Lena Headey, and I hope I'm getting her name right. Anyway, the movie takes place in the desolate future inside the city of Mega City 1, which is surrounded by a big wall. It's just a tightly just claustrophobic wasteland of a city. Just shit's just bad everywhere, and beyond the walls is nothing but a wasteland desert. Within the city, our police force are called judges. They are judge, jury, and executioner. If you're caught doing shit you shouldn't do, they decide your fate. Now, Karl Urban plays our title character, Judge Dredd. He's a hard-ass, just badass, just emotionless super cop. And in this movie, he has a tag-along rookie played by Olivia Thirlby, and they're caught in a homicide case inside of a tall skyscraper. It's kind of like a city block. There's stores and shopping places and, just anything you could possibly want. But also happens to be a bad neighborhood in one tall building that is controlled by a drug lord named Mama, played by the name of the actress escapes me, even though I just said her name, but she played in the Sarah Connor Chronicle TV show, Lena Headey. There you go. So anyway, Judge Dredd and Judge Anderson, if I didn't mention, is played by Olivia Thirlby, the rookie. They're caught in this homicide case, and they find out there's a drug deal going on. The drug of choice in the future is something called slow-mo, which once you inhale it, it's like an inhaler substance. You can see everything in super slow motion. And when you see it for the first time in the movie, it's kind of funny, because the drug guys are just driving around and the guy's inhaling and the dude yelling at him. It's just the effect is kind of funny at first. And I'll get more on that later. But anyway, there's a drug bust. Judge Dredd and Judge Anderson are apprehending one of the dealers when Judge Anderson has a feeling she knows this guy is responsible for the 3 dead bodies in the very bottom of the tower square floor. So when they apprehend this guy, Mama finds out the judges are taking one of her main generals, and so she calls a lockdown on the whole building. Now, Judge Dredd and Judge Anderson must fight for their lives to get out of here and stop Mama from producing this drug. Now, I really enjoyed this movie. Like I said, this is a lot better than the Sylvester Stallone movie we saw back in 1995. And maybe I should do a review on that later on. I have to watch it again, who knows, but never mind that. I really enjoyed Karl Urban's performance as Judge Dredd. I think they picked a great person to play this. Karl Urban, I really like his stuff. Even the movie he played a Viking living with the Indians, I kind of liked him in that too. You know him from Star Trek and Doom. But anyway, he was perfect to play Judge Dredd, and you never got to see his face, and that was the best part about it. I take it that's what the comic book is like. You never see Judge Dredd's face, and they did a good job with that here in this movie. The only one thing I will say about Karl Urban, he wasn't gritty enough. I expected him to talk like this a lot in the movie. Though he did that some. At first he really didn't, but I don't know. That's all. That's the only nitpicking thing I can say about Karl Urban's performances. I didn't think he was gritty enough. There were some funny moments he provided. The chemistry between him and Olivia Thirlby was amazing. I really enjoyed that. There were some funny moments about he was talking about her ability, the things she does in this movie or can do. He mentioned something about her helmet, and I kind of wondered that myself about why she doesn't wear a helmet. And when she explained why, it made sense, and then he shot back with, something pretty funny. But for some reason, the scene in this movie that got the biggest laughs was when one of Mama's generals pissed himself. For some reason, that got the biggest laughs in the movie. And speaking of Mama, Lena Headey is gross in this. She's a beautiful actress, but in this movie she was just something about her. She's just dirty and raw and just mean as shit. And they flash back in scenes where you can see the stuff she did and how she took control of the gang world in this building. And they showed one gang I wish they would have showed more of in this movie. They are called the Judged. I would have liked to see more of them. And if there's ever a sequel, I think they should have like surviving Judged members in the sequel to this. Also, yeah, she was just an evil woman, just being the drug lord mama, and then, you know, explains her rise to power, and it's a pretty gritty one. There's a 3D effect in here. Of course, they do a lot of slow motion 3D effects, and when you first are introduced to this character as Mama, you see her in the bathtub, and you just see her just a simple arm raise, but the water just, I don't know, just something about it. It kind of gave you an uneasy feeling. It was almost milky, the water, just the slow motion of the water effect. And yeah, I can't say much more about Lena Headey other than she did a good job at being mean as shit. Great villain in this movie. And one, Olivia Thirlby, like I mentioned, plays the rookie Judge Anderson, and you know, I thought she was great in this. She was the standout for me. When I saw her in the trailer, and by the way, the trailer of this movie looked horrible with the horrible song, you know, "We Can Build a Desire," or whatever the hell that thing was. Yeah, when I saw Olivia Thirlby in the trailer of this movie, I wasn't too sure about it because you know her from stuff like Juno, The Whackness, and most recently, The Darkest Hour. So I didn't think this type of movie would fit her, but she was amazing in this, and she kicked a lot of ass too. And I think her role in this as Judge Anderson is one of those surprising roles, like, you know, in a movie like this, and I'm not saying the movie's bad because it's a pretty awesome, badass action flick, which should have been out in the summer. That's just my opinion, but, you know, something to just come out here in late September, I thought it's a good choice to get you out in the theaters and seeing this, because it needs to be seen in the theaters. But I digress, and I'm going to talk about Olivia Thirlby some more. Yeah, this is the type of role that she's perfect in. It's a perfect role for her, and I think that, you know, it shouldn't go unmentioned or unnoticed. That this is a great role she played, and she played the hell out of it. And I hope I'm trying to make some kind of point here with this. But anyway, let's go talk about the 3D now. The 3D effects was basically shown as if you were doing slow-mo. It was a very trippy effect because most of the 3D effects are from the eyes of a person hopped up on slow-mo. And especially the drug bust scene, you just see shit, just bullets flying out of cheeks, and when they blast the door open. If you've ever seen that old black and white footage of the fat guy getting shot in the stomach with a cannonball, well, you see something like that in this movie. Yeah, and the movie is just super violent, and especially in one scene where Judge Anderson gets out trying to get back to Judge Dredd. She puts up a guy against the wall and just shoots the hell out of his face. Yeah, and you see a lot of stuff like that, and it was just a kick-ass action movie. I don't know what more to say. And the music in this movie was very futuristic, I guess. Desolate future type techno music you get in this throughout the whole thing. Yes, Dredd 3D is definitely a movie to check out in theaters. I wouldn't say definite full price, but it's definitely one to go see a weekend matinee, or if you're not doing nothing during the week, go check it out, especially in 3D. I mean, if you wait till it hits to a dollar theater or something like that, you're not going to get the 3D because most dollar theaters don't have 3D. So you might as well just pay $10, go see Dredd 3D in the theaters. It's well worth it. At least I think it is anyway. Anyway, folks, that's my review for Dredd 3D. Hope you liked it. Thank you for watching, and check you out next time, folks. Bye.